What's up YouTube? Two Dudes Gaming back at again with another video, and this time we have something a little bit different. We have a Dragon Ball Super card game deck profile for the Fused Zamasu deck. Now this is actually a fairly good deck in the recent meta, and it's not really seeing much love, which I'm honestly surprised because it can hold its own and it can possibly win you a tournament. I like the deck, I like the characters a lot, so let's just go ahead and get started. Now you'll have to forgive me, I don't have every card in the deck, so I have been proxying a couple of cards like this objection just to try it out, and it runs really well, surprisingly. Now the catch to this deck is once you awaken your leader, your deck becomes your life points. He awakens at 2, and every hit you take 5 cards from your deck and throw them into your drop zone. It's helpful because it lets you last a lot longer, but it's not helpful because you can easily deck out if you're not careful. That's when certain cards come into play later on that help you negate attacks freely instead of using cards from your deck. So, like I said, we have your leader, Fused Zamasu. I'm not going to go over every card and read their abilities, but that's your leader. And then we'll first go into your one-offs, or your cards that take 1 cost. You will be running 4 of Universe 10 Supreme Kai Gawasu. This is a good card because it lets you look at the top 3 cards of your deck and search for 1 god. And that comes in handy because just about every card in this deck is a god, including your Boost Attack Piccolo for whatever reason. You will also need to be running 4 of your Sensu Beans. Again, it's a proxy card. So Sensu Bean is a really good blue card because it allows you to, for 1 energy, switch 2 energy back to active, and then your battle card gains plus 5,000 power. Really good card. Should probably be banned if they ever come out with a ban list, but it's kind of balanced at the moment given your blue decks aren't necessarily your most powerful decks you see in tournaments. We'll also be running 4 of Whis' Coercion. It's just a cancel negate attack card, basically, if you're familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh! But you also get to use it for free, which is nice. So you pay the 1 energy, and then you switch 1 back to active after you've used it. You'll be running 3 of Energy Boosted Majin Buu. This card is helpful because it lets you freely just draw 1 card. I'll slide that up a little bit. And that's good because it can help you initiate your combos earlier and get those cards that you need to boost your energy, which is what blue does best. You'll be also running 3 of Balm of the God Tempter. This comes in handy because you do run 2 Whis the Resting Attendant, which also helps blue do what it does best. That being, get energy early on and pile drive your opponent when you get the chance. So that's it for your 1 energy cost cards. So let me scoop that up. And then we'll move on to the 2 energy. We'll be running 4 of Warrior of the Gods Goku Black. This card is cool not only because I personally really love the character, but his permanent effect. I'm sorry there. Being that if Zamasu is in play in the battle area, this card cannot be KO'd by your opponent's card skills and does not leave the battle area due to skills. Which is really good it's really good especially early on because it gives you a decently hard hitter that can't be removed from play, which is really nice. So you'll be running 4 of those. Let's see. You'll be running 2 of Time Ring, which is look at up to 10 cards from the top of your deck, choose 1 Goku Black and Zamasu, and add them to your hand. And if you have 4 or more energy, choose 2 instead, which is really good because it can help you search out some of those more expensive energy cards, or something you're just looking for. More proxy, you'll be running 4 Objection. This is another staple blue card, which is, and these are abbreviated of what they actually are, but they get the point across, which are, take 1 card from your hand and add it to your energy. Good card for doing what blue does best. You'll be running 4 of your Boost Attack Piccolos, just because Boost Attack Piccolo is a really good card. You can search them out with that Gawasu previously mentioned. you'll be running 4. And last but not least in your 2s, you'll be running 3 Mafuba. Mafuba is just a really nice card. It lets you lock out an opponent's card for 2 turns, and it can really help you put in some work on your opponent. So that's it for your 2s. Next, we will be looking at your 4 energy cost units. First, we have 4 of Zamasu the Invincible. His effect is nice because if you have Goku Black or Zamasu as your leader, you can reduce his energy cost from 4 to 3, which is really nice because it helps you get him out sooner. And he's also got that indestructible effect. So him in combo with the Warrior Goku Black, previously mentioned, you now have 2 indestructible units on your field, which is really nice. You can also use these to evolve, or what I'm calling basically overlaying in the future to get out your Infinite Fuse Zamasu. So we'll be running 4 of him. He's a decent hitter, he's got 15,000 attack. Again, being a god, so you can search him with Gowasu. You will be running 4 of the promo, the Almighty Beam Fuse Zamasu. He's an alright card, he's good for the deck, but at the same time you have to watch out, because he's one of the cards in this deck that doesn't have the indestructible effect. And that can catch you by surprise if you have a misplay. But he's also like a baby version of the previously mentioned Infinite Forced Fuse Zamasu, because of his auto effect. When you play this card, if your leader card is Zamasu, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and place it at the bottom of their deck, which is really nice if they have a pesky card or something you may want to Mafuba in the future and just don't have the card in your hand at the moment. You can go ahead and get rid of it. So it's a really nice card. It's a one-off though, but since you have 3 of them, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. You can also evolve or overlay with the Union Matara, costing 2 energy. 2 blue energy. And last but not least in your 4s, as previously mentioned, your Whis the Resting Attendant. Not going to go too much into detail there, they're pretty standard. Your 6s, you'll be running 3 Zamasu the Alert God. This is a nice card because you can evolve using 5 blue energy, well, 3 blue, 2 whatever color energy from another Zamasu card, which is partially why we run 4 of this Zamasu, because, like I said, you can evolve, overlay, other things, so 4 of these really comes in handy. He's another card with a permanent effect, and as I previously mentioned, negating attacks is very important so you don't run out of your deck quickly. So, his effect is, when your opponent's card attacks, if your leader card is Zamasu or Goku Black, you may place 1 card from your hand into the drop area. If you do so, negate the attack, and negate the skill for the duration of the turn. So this is a one-off per turn per card, which means that if you have him in your battle area and you use his effect, negate the attack, discard 1 card from hand, and so that effect is gone. However, the next turn you can use it again, and that next turn you may have 2 on the field, or even 3, which is nice because that's 3 attacks negated on top of your Whis' Coercion. And he's got a nice amount of power, 25,000, which is pretty nice. It segues into your Beast card in the deck, your Infinite Force Fuse Zamasu, as I've mentioned a lot. I've got one card proxied, I've got the other 2. You'll be running 3 of them. So he also has the Union Potara for 3 blue and 4 whatever color of, you can fuse Goku Black and Zamasu, overlay if you're familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh! He has 10 cost, which is quite expensive, but you can get him out easier just because of that Union Potara skill. He has Indestructible, which is very important, and you won't be worried about having to misplay with this card. His effect, auto, when this card attacks, choose up to 1 card each from your opponent's battle area, battle cards only, however, energy, life, and hand, and then place them at the bottom of your deck, their deck, in any order you please. So this comes in real good handy because you're swinging at basically everything and getting rid of whatever you'd like. This can cause some chaos for your opponent. This can make them uncomfortable by getting rid of whatever cards they may need or something they have on the field that they've worked hard for, and you're just throwing it away. Well, not necessarily throwing it away, but you're getting rid of it, and that means they have to start over. So that is the Fused Zamasu deck, again with your leader. It's a really fun deck. I like it personally. I've been running it a lot, and I can't wait to take it into a tournament, try and win, play at a local, see what happens. That'll be it for this video. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.